Do you want to know your voice classification? Or are you confused with the term voice classification? If you want to know the answers to those questions, stick around. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be talking about the voice classifications and I'll be helping you discover your voice classification. But before we do that, I want to introduce myself. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Abby Sulit. I'm a freelance theater actress from the Philippines and currently an online vocal coach and voice teacher. This channel is all about #smart singing and helping you become the best performer that you can be. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Just a disclaimer, guys. I am no expert on this matter. These are just my opinions and what I've gathered from my experiences. So what is voice classification? What is it for? Voice classification serves as a guide. It can help you decide which songs to sing. Like for example, you know that you can't reach this certain note, so don't go for songs that you cannot reach. Or for example, it can help you decide if this song fits the timbre of your voice. However, there's a danger to that as well. Sometimes we box ourselves in. Like for example, if you're an alto, when you see a song that's labeled as soprano, you won't even dare to sing it. Or for example, you're a baritone or a bass and you hear a tenor sing a song and you want to sing it too, you'll be like, oh, I can't sing that song because he's a tenor. That is also the danger if you classify yourself too much. Now, I believe in a certain flexibility, which we will talk about later on when we talk about range. So how are voices classified? It is a function of vocal range and tessitura. Before we actually talk about the different voice classifications, let's talk about vocal range and tessitura first. So let's talk about vocal range. What is range? Simply speaking, range is how far something can go. Vocal range is technically the span between the lowest and the highest notes that you can produce. Tessitura is where most of the notes in your range fall. It's basically where you're comfortable singing. So tessitura technically is your comfortable range. But that doesn't mean that, for example, you can hit an E6 that you are comfortable doing it. Alright? So now I'm going to play the piano and just repeat after me. Alright? Repeat after the piano. Okay guys, congratulations for singing with me. I hope you guys took down the range, like your lowest and your highest limit. Okay, because now we're going to talk about the different voice classifications. So let's talk about the male voice classifications. So I want to be clear that male classifications are different from female classifications. So the male classifications are your bass, your baritone, and your tenor. Usually if you look for a definition, the bass is like the lowest one, the baritone is like the middle one, and then your tenor is like the highest one. Alright? Yes. But now strictly speaking, we're going to talk about the range or the limits of each of these classifications. So let's talk about the bass. So if your range lands from E2 to E4, then you are most probably a bass. Now, the next one is the baritone. The baritone range is from G2 to G4. Your tenor range is from C3 to C5. Now, let's talk about the females. So for your females, you have three again. You have your alto, your mezzo, and your soprano. So same with the boys, they're usually classified as, altos are the lowest, mezzos are the middle ones, and then the sopranos are the higher ones. But now let's talk about their actual ranges. So your altos are from F3 to F5. Your mezzos are from A3 to A5. And then your sopranos are from C4 to C6. Alright, so those are the basic ranges for your different voice classifications. So a couple of things to take note, guys. The ranges that I mentioned earlier are not hard and fast rules. You may have a wider range than what I said or a shorter range than what I mentioned, alright? For example, you could be a baritone with a range of F2 to A4, for example. So you did like extend your limit. Did I just make sense? But you get the point. Like for example, I am not in that limit, therefore I am just a bass. But you're going to get confused because your limit may be in between notes and you're like, no, but I can't reach this note, or I can do lower than what she said. So again, the ranges I mentioned are not hard and fast rules. I know some of you are like, Abby, my range is overlapping another range. So which one am I? Am I a soprano? Am I a mezzo? Am I a mezzo or am I an alto? Like you can have a range as low as A3 and then hit a C6. So you could technically be a mezzo, but you can also be a soprano. So which one are you? This is a common finding, alright guys, that you are overlapping. That is because voice classifications were used during the time when we had no microphones and we were singing over orchestras. Alright, so for example, you are singing with an orchestra and you can hit a C2, but you cannot be heard by your audience because that is too low and the orchestra could be loud, right? So this is where your tessitura comes into play. So where are you comfortable? Are you more comfortable in an alto range, or are you more comfortable in a soprano range? Or are you more comfortable in a bass range, a baritone range, or a tenor range, right? You find where you're comfortable and you sing songs based on your comfortable range, okay? You want to make your voice shine, right? I mentioned in my previous videos, in like my audition series, if I'm not mistaken, choose songs that will tailor fit your voice. Find songs that you are comfortable singing. For example, like I mentioned earlier, if you have an audition the following day and you're just, under the weather, and you know that if you sing this particular song, which is your usual, like your go-to song for auditions, and then suddenly, because you're sick, you can't hit it, I would suggest a song that's like of a different range. And that's why it's important for you to know how to look for songs. For example, you have a score and you can tell, this has my passaggio, which I mentioned in my previous video, but we will talk about what the passaggio is in the future. Alright, so if you look at the score and you're like, this has my passaggio, I'm not gonna sing this song. Or for example, this is not my range, it has an A5 which I cannot hit, then don't choose that song. The classification is there not to limit you, like, no, I can't hit this forever. That is also why you have a teacher. Your teacher is there to help you extend your range if you can, right? Your teacher is there to guide you, all right? So you can. Like I mentioned before, your vocal cords, they're made up of muscles. So if you work them out and if you want to increase your range, you can. That's why you have a voice teacher or a vocal coach. Oh my gosh, guys. I am currently editing the video and I lost like 5 minutes of footage because I think the dongle of my phone, because I use my phone to record, I have no audio in that video, so I actually don't remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about that's why you have a voice teacher and a vocal coach, because They're there to help you like increase your range if you want to, and they're just really there to guide you and to help you learn. All right? And I don't remember what I was saying, but oh no. But I think that was the tail end of my video, right? So anyway, I just wanted to plug and share with you guys that I do have other classes. I have this thing called sight reading classes and ear training classes. In sight reading classes, basically I teach students how to read a score. It's a music theory class. We break down the different parts of a score, and then I teach them how to read it, and at the same time I also teach them how to sight sing, or at least try to sight sing a score. So you can check it out. You can check a chorus online at what was that? You can check a chorus online on Facebook and on Instagram. We have our sight reading class and our ear training class. So that's it for this video, guys. I am so sorry that I do not have makeup. I look weird. I am a mess. I'm a mess. But yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you next week. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I would love for you to be part of the family, and make sure to follow me on my other socials. I think you can hear my brother's dog snore. He is snoring so loudly, and I think you can hear our neighbor's cat. I am not ready for this. I am so sorry, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to take one-on-one classes with me, my schedule is up on calendly.com/Abigail Sulit. I'll see you guys next week. Mahal ko kayo. Bye. Who is she? A vlogger? A vlogger? I'm a vlogger, y'all. I'm a vlogger.